The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of After Elite, right here in Book of Bomb Entertainment. I'm your host for tonight. My name is Orlando, and I'm joined by Seven. How are you doing this evening, Seven?
Hello. How's it going? Sorry, I didn't actually hear you because my earphones went out as you were talking, so I was like, I think it's my time.
That's how it always is. We always have some sort of technical difficulties, you know? Can you hear? No, I can't hear you now. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, now after you put away the headsets, now I can hear your noise.
Yay! It's my fan. It's hot. It's not like hot, but it's like humid hot, so the fan has to stay. It's kind of
yeah, of course. We always have to have some sort of technical difficulties, either me or you or somebody else. So we'll welcome everybody to where we're going to be discussing all things AEW with tonight's show, as well as some news and some rumors. We just got ourselves a little bit of some messages on Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. Hello there back.
Hi,
And of course,
that is Sunshine, and then Caleb.
hello there, Caleb. He felt it was an awesome episode tonight. I mean, there were some good matches tonight. We'll probably go over some of the good matches, and I don't want to talk about one certain match, but that I digress.
I think we have to. I think we
Yeah,
have to.
exactly. We don't have to. We don't have to. Anyways. Okay, first let's get into some rumors. So first and foremost, the Young Bucks did say in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that they did not send any type of feelers to any wrestling talent to WWE. So it seems as though that was a lie. They're debunking it. What do you say in regards about it?
I probably don't think that they did. I mean, they are solely invested in AEW, and to be quite frank, without Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, AEW wouldn't have existed in the first place. I think that they have a very safe and comfortable position there. I don't think that they're at risk of losing their jobs. I don't. Do they think that Tony has to show face and be like, oh, you're suspended, but we'll welcome him back when it's time? Probably. I think that CM Punk is probably what we've all heard. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I hear. As far as I know, he could be an outstanding guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we've heard more about CM Punk being an issue wherever he goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't necessarily heard that from the Bucks, as far as I know. So I just think that Tony's like, I don't know what to do here. I'm just going to do what I can, suspend people, and then hopefully we can all get along.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he doesn't have to deal with CM Punk too much. They just did say there is reports saying that he'll be out for 8 months. He had surgery on his tricep. I think it was his tricep. So he will be out for 8 months. So we'll see if he thinks about it, if he's gonna hold that against everybody, if maybe there's gonna be some apologies, because I mean we don't know the time frame for the Young Bucks' suspension nor Kenny Omega's, but we'll see what happens.
And there's a big part of me that like 50% of this is all just a work.
I mean, they could make it into a work if they want to. That's the thing. Because I mean, the Bucks said in BTE Q&A they want to work with CM Punk. So, I mean, there has to be something there, because if they don't do something here, they're wasting themselves with not getting some money out of it. Come on now. There's like money like right there. Like you could print money with Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, CM Punk. You know, if you want to add a Steel, they could, but we'll see. We got some messages from.
Can you put Sunshine's comment up?
Okay, Punk has more injuries than. Oh, wow, I'll give you that, Sunshine. I will give you that.
Ain't wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well, Caleb wants to see Kenny versus CM Punk. I mean, a lot of us do. I mean, it's all depending on if they want to. I mean, I'm kind of with you, Caleb. I do want to see that match, but we'll see. And Sunshine also says it's a B+ show. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are some hits and misses, so we'll get into that. So, Oh, you're welcome, Sunshine. No worries. And thank you for joining us by all means. You're going to be our number 2 fan next to Caleb. I'm sorry. Caleb is number 1. He's been with us since the beginning. So, I mean, it's going to be a neck and neck. Okay. So who's going to win, Sunshine or Caleb? I don't want to put people against each other. No. All love here. Okay. We love people that support us here. Oh, look, I already started to work. It says, yes, I am. All fun, all fun. Okay. Now they did. Now there is photos showing Kenny Omega in Japan. There's a photo with him with Kota Ibushi. So it seems as though he's spending his time in Japan. And also, there's reports saying that Christopher Daniels and Nakazawa is over there too because they're doing with the AEW game. So probably Kenny Omega will probably join them to do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny is kind of the head, I wouldn't say the head of, but he's definitely the spearhead kind of the games. Like, whenever there's been, like, a game conference or anything, Kenny's been the one that's kind of in the forefront. So it makes sense. I believe that if Kenny is actually suspended, I think it's from his wrestling duties and not his outside job of wrestling. But we'll see. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, I like this comment from Sunshine. Can we both be number 1? I mean, yes, you can be. You and Caleb could be our number 1.
Yeah, if AEW can have a champion and an interim champion, why not?
Ooh, we're just starting. Hold up. Now, of course, the other reports saying that Pat Buck, that he got suspended, but now he was backstage at Dynamite saying for the fact that it seems as though he was trying to break up the fight because there are now more reports are saying a lot of people were trying to break up the fight. So, I mean, there's probably going to be more stories about this AEW scrum brawl. We'll probably hear it till the end of the year. So.
I am so sick of hearing about it. Either it's a show me video that it actually happened, or just shh. Or yeah. No, let me do this. Shush, please. Shush.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into Dynamite. We start off, of course, with Jon Moxley versus Sammy Quivara. I have to say, this is a good match. What say you?
I actually really liked it. I like Sammy and I like Mox. I wasn't sure how their chemistry would be, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw like Ty Mello and Anna Jay coming out. I was just like, Mrs. Moxley was tweeting. She did post out like talking about Ty Mello's cheap shoes. You were loving for that.
In our group chat, I was like, I could so be friends with Renee because
a lot of people could.
Not only did she like talk shit about just her messing with her man, she's like, and your cheap ass shoes, which I was like, oh, we could be friends. That is like a dig that I would say to somebody. In fact, I have. I think I said it to Orlando yesterday.
But you know what? Actually, I seen her in Total Divas. She just seems like a chill girl. Like, it's weird that, like, she seems like a fun girl, and like Moxie's so like reserved. It's so weird that they're so opposite, but they kind of mesh well together. So, like, but I would like to see her at least once in the ring, at least once. Like with that whole Maurice thing that happened in WWE, like I thought she was gonna get in the ring. So.
What happened with Maurice thing? I don't know about it.
So what happened was it's just that Renee slapped the Miz because he was saying about Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, that you're married to Dean Ambrose, like bringing up their business. So she slapped him, and then Maurice came up and slapped her. Said, "Don't you ever touch my husband."
Wait, was that a word?
They made it into a work, yeah. So okay. They actually are friends. So it's just like they actually talked about it, and then she's like, and then like of course Renee was just like, Maurice gave me the biggest slap ever, but I appreciate it.
I love that. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah. Oh, we got some messages right here. So we have Caleb saying, Japan is add AEW in video game. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're wanting to go ahead and add the video game in Japan. So yeah, of course. Of course, Sunshine saying, "LOL, so true, Brian." Probably your shady comment. Okay,
That's
another
what
comment. I'm sorry.
that's what I'm here for, the shade.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, Sunshine says, "I like Sammy without Mello. Why are the female helping Sammy out? Would you think it would be a male?" No, I actually, you know what? I actually appreciate that they're using the women right here than the way that they were doing in the tag match later on. But, because then if you have these women that are attacking the males, then that means that males have to have their own female backup. So adds more women, adds more to the story.
I do kind of want to add something to that, and I know that I've said this in other shows, but I think it's important for that message to come out.
Hmm.
As a wrestler of any type, there's only so many matches on a card. And with that being said, there's only so many spots. So there's so many women the in the company. If you're not able to do a match, just as a talent, if I was a talent, I would much rather be put as a manager or somebody that's getting some airtime. I think it's important that they are using their talent, even if they are involved in a match. I'm totally okay with bringing back female managers. I mean, hell, I'm even okay with like the old ECW type of cat fights, as long as they're still able to showcase what they do in the ring. It still gives them the opportunity to be on screen, to get a storyline, and to be talked about. So on that level, I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, and also just remember, women could be in factions too. So it's not only just the men. So I like the fact that Anna Jay and Ty Mello are in a like a male faction, which adds depth to their faction, and it helps out. And plus, you have two heel women. You need to find two babyface women. That adds more women to the show, so that helps out. Okay, we have Kayla with another message saying, John Moxley saying last week on Dynamite, AEW World Champion, all about legends. Yes. I mean, yeah, I mean, come on now. John Moxley's already cementing himself as the greatest, you know, uh, a wrestler for AEW. Like, he's becoming like almost a company man, in my opinion. Okay, Sunshine saying in this comment, then Anna Jay needs someone. Just saying, yeah, no, we're agreeing with you. Yeah, like I mean, I would like to see somebody else. Like I mean, Ruby Soho and who was it that Ty Mello faced with it was Sammy and Ty Mello versus Sammy Dante Martin and
Sky Blue.
Sky Blue Skyler. Yeah.
Hey, did we get an update on Ruby?
No, there's no. Yeah, they only said that she broke her nose. They didn't say like how long she'll be out. I think probably just like a little fractured little nose. So probably she'll be out for a few weeks and then she'll be back. So hopefully it doesn't have to require surgery. So she said, Sunshine said, my opinion, it looks like it was a distraction for Sammy. I'm happy Moxley won, but still. No, of course. I mean, that was the point for Sammy because like he's using women. Like women are used a lot to help their heel boyfriends, heel husbands.
I think she's saying that it was more of a distraction to Sammy, not for
Oh,
Sammy.
okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, I mean, they kind of distracted him from winning, but, we'll see.
I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, Sunshine. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah. Kayla says, Anna and Ty, I'm happy for them in JSA. Yeah, I mean, I like them in Jazz, so.
Yes.
Jazz, Okay. So, of course, we have MJF come out with a promo, and Sunshine says, yes, thanks, Brian. So, Sunshine's agreeing with you. Yeah. So then, of course, MJF comes out for a promo. I have to say, even though he's cutting a heel promo, the fans were still cheering for him.
I think this is where AEW is unique than any other fandom in wrestling. They don't care that you're a heel. They'll still cheer you because you're bringing them good entertainment. If AEW fans don't like you, they're dead silent. So regardless of what they are, like you heard them, they were calling him names, like fat shaming, everything that you should do to get basic heel heat. And they're
Mhm.
still eating it up. And I'm sure like MJF is loving it. Because how many heels do you know can get a cheer even when you're talking shit to them? I
It
mean,
it
I
kind of
don't know.
reminds me. It kind of reminds me of when like The Rock was a heel, but then like he was insulting the crowd, but then people were starting to cheer him because they enjoy his trash talking. So I'm thinking it's gonna almost go to that direction. I mean, maybe they'll change it. We'll see, but
I hope not. I hope that he can be. He doesn't necessarily have to be over to be or to be a face. He doesn't need to be over. I'm okay with the direction that he's going. I think that if you try to make him a face, it's just gonna like fans are gonna be like, "What is this? Like, what are you doing?" I,
yeah,
I think this needs to stick for a little bit.
yes. Oh, we got some more messages. Of course, Sunshine with some heart emojis to you. Caleb says NJS did awesome job with promo. Yes, he did. Of course he does. I mean, he's an amazing talker. I mean, you can't take that away from MJF. And then, of course, Sunshine says, I think MJF needs to brace the fact that he might be a face, like Jericho said at the All Out post show. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, like, I think people were going to embrace him regardless if he was going to trash talk them or not, because that promo that he cut to Tony Khan, I think a lot of people love that. And now with what's happening after the scrum, I think now people really dislike Tony Khan, you know? So I'm thinking like him being an anti-authority from Tony Khan, I think will probably do a lot of wonders. I mean, Tony Khan said he doesn't want to be a in-ring character, but I I think it's almost about to go that direction. I think. What say you?
Uh, I don't think he needs to be. I think that he gets a lot of heat when he's on TV, regardless of it. Like, I mean, as a fan of just somebody who likes memes, it does wonders for my hours that end when I'm supposed to be working. But like, I don't know. I don't need him on screen. I don't need him in media scruffs because I mean, he should have probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Probably shouldn't have let that go as long as he did, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I just like one quote he says that he is a demon that you can't slay because like he was saying like to John Moxley he was dealing with demons that he was able to overcome and stuff. And then of course, he's saying like he's the type of demon that you can't defeat. So we shall see. Oh, we got more comments on Facebook. Thank you very much, guys. Caleb says, I love Tony Khan. He's awesome job in AEW a long time. Yeah, I mean, he does have like, some great hits, a few misses, we can't really, I mean, he's doing a great job. It's just, there's some hits and misses.
So yes, I agree. But look, Tony Khan's an amazing booker. I'm not going to deny that.
Oh, of course not.
Triple H is an amazing booker. Nobody can deny that either. The
Of
thing
course.
is, after a while, people are like get stuck on an idea and try it out, and it doesn't work, and the show kind of suffers for a little bit, and then it goes back up. It goes back down. It's just how the business is. So I mean, like right now, AEW, in my opinion, is like could use a little pick me up, and it'll get there. I know it's gonna get there. Everybody knows that it's gonna get there, as long as no more drama from the back come out. But like, just like WWE, like it's been around. I don't know how many years, but think about just from when I was watching. It's always been a slope.
Yeah,
That's
it has been.
wrestling business in a whole. It's a slope. So yeah, to me, it's fine either way.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Comment from Sunshine. I think TK is trying, quote unquote, to put himself in shows. I, I'm sorry to say this. He's not trying. He actually he does that off camera. Like if you actually go to an AEW show after certain like breaks and stuff, he does come out to hype the crowd. So he just tells what's in the card, what's going to happen in the future, things like that. So I mean, you know. uh, Oh, and then of course, Sunshine says MJF is amazing on the mic. Don't think he would be this character in WWE. Well, I mean, maybe a watered down version. I mean, if he does decide to go to WWE, I mean, this character right now, what he's doing is just he's shading the whole AEW product and stuff, which But
I agree. I don't think he'd be able to be the same type of character that he is now, and I don't think he would get as over over, but I don't know because we don't have a board. We don't have history to be able to come up with an actual hypothetical because it's all new. I mean, it's not all new, but WWE's recently had a major facelift, right? And we don't have anything to go off of years and years of the same creative director, Vince McMahon. So it's hard to say what Triple H is capable of and what he's able to provide. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Well, of course, he didn't introduce. I think that the name of them is Stable on Retainer. Is that their names?
Who?
The stable, the Stokely
The
stable
firm.
that he. I'm sorry.
The firm.
Is that what it is called?
I think Stokely, right?
Yeah, Stokely. Yes.
I didn't understand that promo. I was so confused, and unfortunately, I have an attention span of a 3-year-old. I went to TikTok and missed most of it. So I read that it was a firm in one of our chats, and I was like, oh, like Foxy Brown's firm. And then this song started playing in my head. That's how my brain works, guys.
The Sunshine confirmed it's the firm. Okay. Oh, well, Caleb says right here, I'm trying to go in to see the show. Oh, you're gonna go to the show? Which one? Let us know which show. That'd be great. You'll probably enjoy yourself, Caleb. Okay, Sunshine says that's so true. Orlando. He did do that when he went to the show in New Orleans. Yes, TK likes to be going into the crowd. Like he likes to speak to the crowd after like a Dynamite or like during like some breaks and stuff and hype up the crowd. I'm just running how it is now. There's probably going to be a YouTube video one of these days showing that the people are probably booing him now. So he'll probably get a mixed reaction. We shall see. Oh, Caleb says trying to go see AEW. Yes, of course. Go and see AEW. By all means. You'll probably enjoy yourself. Okay, Sunshine says it seems weird to me that promo because it sounded like he worked for every company. Oh, you mean Stokely? I mean he worked for MLW and then he worked some indies and then like he went to WWE as a manager, but he didn't really like it and he wanted to go. Now he came to AEW and I think he likes what he likes to do. So,
It just didn't make sense. Like I almost felt like they didn't have it planned and they just went out there and ad-libbed it. I don't know. I mean, maybe they got lost in the middle of it. I just had a hard time but I also need things done down for me.
Yeah. Caleb says he's working in NXT before. Yeah, he did work in NXT before. Yeah. So, I mean, he was doing good in the Diamond Mine. I was just, but anyway. Next matchup, which is Jungle Boy versus Jay Lethal. Excuse me, Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Jay Lethal. So it looks like they're gonna use his real name. So I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, his father's famous. So, I mean, there's no problem on using his real name. It'll probably help him out.
I think it's a smart move with a name, not necessarily a name change, but yeah, I'm fine with it. It was a decent match. Oh, yeah.
Sunshine says right here, yes. I'm sorry, I should have said his name. No. I understood you when I was reading your things. It's okay, Sunshine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Okay. So then, of course, we had some video packages. Hook is training with what is that guy's name? I don't even know his name. I like his I don't know. Anyway, so he was training, like he was about to get himself ready for another match.
Oh, you're talking about Hook?
Yeah, talk about Hook. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Ethan Page interrupts an interview where he kicks that guy is very famous online because he does actually have Play-Doh, like pizza dough, and he's wrestling a match, like literally. He's all over YouTube.
Yeah, he's great. Like, I am super excited to see what ends up happening with him.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's smart of them to get him, but of course, Ethan Page ruined it. And then Danhausen came out, and then they're going to have a match at Rampage. So we have this, we have a message here. It's like little boy meets grown man, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Hello. I mean, yeah, he's a man. You can't say Jungle Man now, so you got to still call him Jungle Boy Jack Perry. So I mean,
Also, I feel like it's a way to honor his father.
yeah, of course. I think first he didn't want to take his real name because like it's almost like saying, "Oh, you're using your name to get into wrestling or something."
I
So,
absolutely.
so now that it's been a couple of years, I think now he wants to use his real name.
Huh.
What
Oh,
were you
nothing.
thinking?
I was thinking, I was like, I used to have a crush on his father, and like I definitely like, and then I'm like, I'm at that weird age where I'm like, I like the dad and the son.
It happens to us. Oh, I have to tell you this one movie that I saw. It was a gay movie where it was like a guy hooks up with the son and the father, and they're both gay. And it's
Yeah.
just like the guy has to choose which one he wants. Like, is it the father or he wants the son?
Wait, did they know about each other?
No, they found out after, like, after they like he came over, like he introduced him as like the new guy that he's kind of dating, and then the father already knew who he was, but then and then like he had to say to the guy like, "Oh, that's my son right there. You hooked up with my son." And I have to find out what the movie is so that I can send it to you. It's kind of funny, anyways. Okay, so we got a message from Caleb saying, "I saw Jay Lethal's promo tonight. Show was Samoa Joe." Of course, he's gonna mention Samoa Joe. He still has beef with him, like he got defeated.
So what's for dinner?
Yeah. Sunshine, you're welcome. Aw, you're welcome, Sunshine. And then, of course, Sunshine says, "Well, he definitely didn't get into wrestling off his dad's name, my opinion." Well, no,
What
no,
happened?
I agree with that because I think, well, technically, like his father did take him to WWE shows. There's different videos. Go on, I'm sorry.
No, so I think she's saying that her he didn't she, he got into wrestling on his own, as in like he didn't say, "Hey, my dad's name is such and such, give me this spot." Like he
Oh,
worked with the indies, he did it that way, and
oh,
I
of course.
100% agree with it. Jungle Boy is absolutely amazing and has an immense amount of talent and power. We've just touched the iceberg with him. I'm super excited to see what he's able to do.
Okay. And then, of course, Sunshine says, "But looking at Jungle Boy is like looking at his dad." Yes. I just gotta say, like, both of them are fine. Like he has a little bit of his dad's look. It's just that he has his mom's hair. Now that seeing her live on like and the audience, like him and his sister got his mom's hair, but like his dad's face, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
It was just,
I missed that show 90210. I used to watch it with my mom every Wednesday when I was growing up.
right.
Ah, shit. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, we're way off topic.
exactly. Of course, y'all know me too well, so well. Oh, of course. Your family, girl, your family. And of course, Caleb says, "Thank you, Orlando." Oh, you're welcome, Caleb. Of course. You know,
Just for the record, I love the comments and being able to like communicate with you guys.
yeah,
It makes the show so much better than me and Orlando just trying to be like, "What are you doing?"
exactly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Of course, Sunshine says, "Oh, for sure, I'll braid his hair."
100. I'm not.
Right? I don't. I mean, let's not touch that. Okay. And of course, she comes with the "Thanks, honey. You're welcome, honey."
Although Anna Jay is probably gonna like, not that she's gonna listen to it, but like, if she heard,
But they haven't really posted a lot of pictures together
do you
recently. I
think they
don't know,
broke up?
or maybe they just are quiet about it. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I love that kind of tea. That's the kind of
Right,
tea I like, just because I like the Real Housewives shows.
right,
So I'm like always like, ooh, what's going on? What happened? And then
right,
like I'll know about it, and then I'll find out, and then 10 minutes later I'm forgetting about it. So it's
right.
fun stuff. Anyways,
Well, hello there, Mr. Tim. Thank you very much for joining us. We're talking AEW Dynamite. Oh, okay. The Sunshine saying we're too much.
it's
You should see us in the
thanks.
comments. You should see us in the chat. How we are in the chat.
And you can if you join our Patreon.
Of course. And then Caleb says, "Me and Sunshine are the best comments tonight." Of course you are. You are always the best comment, Caleb, whenever you come on. Thank you very much.
I
Please.
know Tim's here now.
And
He may give you a run for his money or your money.
Yes, anybody listening to us on the podcast form, please join us on Facebook when we go live to do this show. Also, we do have our YouTube channel if you want to comment on the YouTube channel as well. So, of course, next match we had Powerhouse Hobb do a squash match, and then of course he cuts a promo on Ricky Starks, and then Ricky Starks comes through the crowd, and then they brawl. It looks like it's getting looks like they're gonna have another match, so I wouldn't mind that.
So I think it's a good idea that they're going to have another match. Rumor was that a match at the pay-per-view, another match went over and they were timed for crunch, so they had to do like a quick match. So it makes sense that they're going to do a rematch. I would love for Ricky to win this one and then actually have a three-peat of it, and I think it would actually add a lot more credibility to both men. That way neither one of them looks weak, and it would help Hobbs. I just think I like it. It's a good idea.
Right. Tim says, I am jealous. Why are you jealous? You didn't watch the show? Tim, come on.
No, I think he's talking about the back and forth with...
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, probably that. Of course. Sunshine says, yes, we are, Caleb. Oh, okay, so she's agreeing. Oh, and Sunshine's saying hi to Tim. Oh, there you go. Oh, look, we got a little bit of a back and forth right there. And then Caleb saying hi to Tim. Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much, guys, for...
Same. Sunshine just said that she didn't really like the squash match. I'm tired of squash matches.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have to... Yeah, I mean, they're trying to show off Powerhouse.
No.
You know, so... I mean, I understand. I understand why they're doing it, but I just, you know... No. And Sunshine said, we're family. Oh, of course we're family.
I don't talk to half of mine, so I don't know if that's a good analogy.
Let's move it along. Of course, we had the next match, which is the tag match. I felt like this was a great match. I couldn't choose who. I was like, do I want Swerve or Glory? Do I want Lucha Bros? I mean, and they had a great match, I have to say.
So can we just... Okay, I'm not too familiar with Swerve, although I did get to meet him at the first Defy show that I worked. He is super nice, by the way. Really laid back. Like the perfect person that you would think. But anyways, with that being said, I never saw Swerve much of his matches when he was in NXT. I think he was kind of transitioning at that time, or they just weren't using him, which is a real damn shame because he did a standing top rope Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Where did that come from? So I'm here for it. I actually would like Keith Lee and Swerve to keep the belts a little bit longer. I think that they could very well be the best tag team that we have.
Okay.
Could be. I know we're saying Young Bucks, and the tag team in AEW is literally the best division in all the companies right now, in my not so humble opinion. So
Sunshine follows up with, I mean, why do have to be 30 seconds? Yeah, I get that. Okay.
It doesn't. It's just that they're trying to make somebody look strong, and then it's just don't get it.
Tim says, I thought I had a good communication person. Good comment you made. Oh, comment. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Yes, you're an excellent comment, Tim.
Yeah. Okay, Sanjay says, I'm sorry, I need Swerve and Lee to keep them belts. It's not like I don't like the Acclaim, but I need them to keep the belts. Plus, I love both their songs. I agree.
Okay, so the Acclaim is so over. I don't feel that they necessarily need the belts yet. I don't. I think that they are going to continue to skyrocket whether they have the belts or not. I believe that Swerve and Keith Lee don't necessarily need the belts, but they can definitely help solidify the belts by keeping it on them for a little bit longer. And I mean, they're so good. They're only going to help elevate the division even higher.
Yeah. But for me, it's just like Swerve is starting to become a heel, and I think I want a solo run of him as a heel. So it's they're coming. So I just like it's a little torn and stuff. What's happening again in your house? Sorry, everybody. It's just like when I see him looking away, I just know he's like something's happening in his apartment complex.
So it's really windy in the screen doors. Sometimes
Um,
if you open it real quick, it'll slam into it. Sometimes that happens, and then it just kind of spooks me because it's right there, and I'm like, let's go.
right. Oh, Sunshine says that you. I knew you would feel me, Brian. Like she's agreeing with you about, you know, Swerve is right about what? About what? Oh, Seven is right. I'm
Seven.
sorry.
I don't know what I'm right about, but I totally agree with Kayla.
And then of course Sunshine said at least to the next paper. Okay. My problem is just that what happened to the Acclaim at All Out with that tag match that they lost, it deflated the crowd. Like I think they wanted them to win. So I think to me it's just like maybe they should give it to them. You know what? I know a few of us in the chat, in our private chat, don't agree with this, but I think it's time to at least do a short title reign. Why not give them the title belts at Grand Slam and then the next pay per view, Swerve Our Glory wins it back? You know, I mean, so
I'm
because
okay with that.
because like it's just like if you guys want them to have a run, I think maybe a second title run will probably help. You know, I mean that's just on me, and then of course they claim got a title run, and then we'll see what happens. Full Gear's in October. No, they said it's in November. Caleb. No, it's in November, Caleb. I think you have the dates wrong. Yeah. So the next match, I don't want to talk about that match. I'm sorry. I just.
I think we have to.
Do we? I mean, okay. This is what I'm going to just say, and then if you want to go ahead and just say it, just say it.
Okay, go ahead.
I just feel like Tony Khan does not care about the women's division. I mean, every podcast, every news article, every wrestling pundits have said it. They have the talent. They have over 20 women in their roster, and then you book the match like this with a ridiculous finish. I'm sorry. It's Tony Storm and Athena should deserve better, and Tony Storm getting pinned, that's ridiculous. And then all of a sudden he books a fatal four-way where Serena should have gotten the match. I'm sorry. And then if they wanted to, they could have done Britt versus Athena, and then Jamie Hayter would have been on the side, if she wants to help her or not. But it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. It's what say you? Sorry.
I don't actually disagree with what you're saying. I wouldn't go as far as saying that he doesn't care about the women's division because I don't know. It just maybe he has his hands tied. Maybe somebody else is in charge of the women's division. I just don't know the thing about it. I just don't think that they know how to book strongly in that division for whatever reason. I agree. Like, I don't mind that Tony got pinned at all. What I do mind is that you just totally neglected Serena, who did the pinning. Unless they end up having another match down the road, like, the fatal four-way next week. Okay, Serena comes out and be like, "Why wasn't I in it?" That would make sense to me. That's just long-term storyline, and that's bringing us invested. But their track record says different. That's just how it's going to be. And if it's just their track record, then that's really unfortunate for the women's division.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sunshine says right here, I agree, Orlando. He's more focused on the men than the women. Yeah, I could see that.
Oh yeah.
Sunshine also said, I think maybe TK should have called an audible at the last pay-per-view, and then in November let Swerve Lee get it back. I mean, they could have done that as well, So, Kayla said he's not happy with the match. We'll get into the main event. I'm sad that you didn't like the main event, Caleb. Sorry about that. Tim, thank you very much.
While we're going into the next one, Caleb, write to us why you didn't like the match.
Yes, exactly. And thank you very much, Tim, for this comment. The only company that showcased the women a lot is Impact.
Can I talk about Impact for just a brief second?
Oh, no. Please. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So Impact is the first women's division that provided women's wrestling. Now, there's a difference between women's division and women's wrestling because WWE's had a women's division, but it was like evening gowns, bikini matches. Not to say that TNA Impact didn't have it for a minute, but they also showed that they were the first ones to go out there and do the same exact things that the men were. Gail Kim deserves all the kudos in the world. It wasn't until the fans were so into the Knockouts division that WWE even took notice to that division. And to this day, Impact still remains the number one women's division in the world. And I'm not saying, and I say the world because Japan doesn't necessarily have a division. They have women's companies, and it's a little different that way. They have outstanding women's wrestling too. But for America, I just believe that Impact still remains on top. I just wish the crowd would be more into the shows. But yeah, if you want women's wrestling and women's wrestling done right, check out Impact Wrestling.
I totally agree. Yes. Okay, and then Sunshine says right here, TK has all the males running the show. He needs some women to maybe. I mean, he has Madison Rain from. He got her. She's supposed to be one of the producers. I mean, Serena Deeb, she was a PC trainer. She could probably be a backstage, but she's talent right now, so I don't know if she wants to.
It's really hard when you have talent also wrestling, or I'm sorry, when you have talent and you're also a backstage producer, because that's automatically going to create some rifts. Because you're always, whenever you're doing a match, regardless of what your position is within the company, you're going to want to make yourself look good. You're going to want to shine. And even if you're giving the other person the W, whatever, you still in the back of your mind are going to push for yourself, no matter what. Like, it's human nature, and you should always want the best for yourself. So when you have women producers also performing in their own division, it's going to create conflict. So I just think that the two should be separated. If you're going to be a coach, be a coach. Because your goal, man, as a coach, is going to be elevate these two versus the other coach who's trying to elevate them. Professional wrestling, even though it is, a show, it is extremely competitive. So I think you just need to separate the two.
Right, I agree. Tim comes up with because Gail Kim is the heart of Impact women's wrestling. Of course, she's a great backstage producer as well, so she's doing great at Impact.
Gail Kim to me is the GOAT of our generation.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, Caleb, we're still waiting for your response as to why you didn't like the main event. So we're now into the main event. And so I actually like the match. I think Brian Danielson likes to fake with us with these injuries. First with his neck and his head, now with his leg and his ankle. I thought he was about to lose. So hopefully, he'll probably be fine for next week. But what say you? How did you feel about the main event?
So I don't mind wait. That's almost going to sound contradictory. I hate fake injuries as far as when they have to be out for whatever reason when they're on vacation. I absolutely hate that. When you're working a crowd and you're faking an injury, I'm totally okay with it. So Sunshine, real quick, I also don't agree with them being in charge of anything and still wrestling. I think those two should be separated, which I think is why we're having a lot of rift in management and versus with talent. You have talent trying to lead, but also trying to put yourself over. I hated when the Bucks had the belts because they were able to put themselves that way. It wasn't like you were trying to show up to your boss and be like, hey, I deserve these because of the work that I do in there. Don't get me wrong, they probably deserve it. I'm not taking anything away. And I felt the same way with Omega when they had the championship belts. I don't think he should have had it and still had the belts. I think it should be completely separated. So,
Wait, hold up. Tim's comment right here. Danielson fakes his injury better than CM. Oh my God, Sunshine and Tim.
He does definitely know how to sell, and I think that's what makes Brian one of the best technical wrestlers. He's a wrestler, and he knows how to do it. I'm very happy for Daniel, and I hope he gets the belts.
Yeah. Okay, so Caleb finally answers. He says, because I am so upset Chris the Wizard had championships, started at AEW. Now I want him to gold for Joss is his inspiration tee. I mean, I mean, Jericho, honestly, like, look, I mean, I wouldn't mind him being a two-time AEW champion. I don't know if it's going to be now, but I mean, he's still.
He's also one of those wrestlers that I feel doesn't necessarily need to have a belt to be over or be popular because he's still in almost every pay-per-view. He's still in almost at least once a week on the show. I
Right.
think he doesn't necessarily need the belt. I think Brian doesn't need the belt either, but it would be a nice way to say thank you to having the belt.
Of course. Oh, and then Sunshine says exactly. I definitely think it needs to be separate. Either be a trainer or a wrestler. Yes. Yeah, that was a thing, So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, so now next week it's going to be Brian Danielson versus John Moxley. What say you? Who are you going for?
Oh, Brian, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with my brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah, of course. You're a fellow Bella, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so it would be interesting to see MJF versus Brian Danielson because I don't think because I don't think they never had a one-on-one reaction like interaction. So I'm wondering how that's going to be. But like, of course, MJF had an interaction with John Moxley, so I don't know if maybe he's going to have a match with him later on and then face Brian Danielson for the title. So we'll see.
I'm actually really excited about next week's Dynamite, but I'm actually really excited about Rampage. Sometimes I really enjoy Rampage more than I do Dynamite just because of the lack. There's not as many promos over there, and they just try to go in and put in a banger. I'm really excited about. I don't remember who. Penelope Ford, my girl, is going to take on
Willow Nightingale. Yes.
Oh, that could be such.
So that'll probably be a good match. Hopefully they get time. We'll see. Of course, Sunshine says, I think they will put the belt back on Moxley so the feud with MJF can continue, but I don't want Moxley to lose the belt to MJF. I mean, yeah, I can see that. But also, it's just like, he was supposed to go on vacation. Supposedly, the reports were saying he was supposed to go on vacation. Maybe what they can do is this. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking John Moxley's probably going to drop it to Brian Danielson. And then, of course, John Moxley will probably be by himself where he's walking away. And then MJF takes him out so that way they can write off John Moxley as MJF feuds with Brian Danielson. And then when MJF beats Brian Danielson, because I have a feeling he's probably going to beat him, then that's when John Moxley comes back and then they can feud for the title.
Could be. We'll see. I think it'll be good either way.
Yeah, it'll be good either way. We'll see. Of course, Tim says this is going to be a BCC main event, not BBC. Hopefully, Regal can get his letters right this time. Listen, us gays, it still has a little place in our hearts with Regal saying BBC, So, Caleb says John Moxley. He wants John Moxley, of course. So, of course, Sunshine says, for sure, MJF will get the belt because TK wants him to stay. I mean,
I feel like...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I think Mox is going to stay no matter what. He's one of those ones that doesn't need the belt, but he definitely has carried the company when they needed him. So I agree with Orlando's assessment earlier when he said he's a company guy. He's an AEW guy, and I don't mind that for him. I'm actually quite proud of him.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Sunshine agrees with my thought. Thank you very much, Sunshine. And Caleb agrees with Tim's thoughts, of course. Mm-hmm. Tim says comedy of the night. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. It's just like, when you write BBC, there's a little bit of an interpretation there,
Okay.
Yes. Alrighty, guys, that will wrap it up for us for tonight. Thank you very much all for joining, Caleb, Tim, and Sunshine, for commenting during our Facebook Live. Also, remember, guys, you could also join us on our live every Mondays and Wednesdays whenever we do our reviews for WWE and AEW. Please join us whenever you can. You have something to say, Seven?
I do. Okay, so you know how the PWI just came out with their top rankings?
Oh, right.
We will be releasing our top rankings this Friday if Orlando gets me his stuff in time.
Okay, yes. I'm still thinking about it because, there's such good wrestlers out there. It's just I semi-agree with the list. I know a lot of people don't agree with the top 10 because a lot of people are just like, why is number 1 above number 2? And then like, why is this person in this number, you know? Oh, Tim, you have a question? What's up? What's your question?
Also, I don't disagree with number 1 necessarily.
No, semi, you know. No, I get why people don't like it, but I see why they put him there, you know. So, Sunshine says, I said that because TK knows where the money is at. I mean, like you can easily make money with either Moxley, you can easily make money with Brian Danielson, you can easily make money with MGF. So, you know. Mm-hmm. Oh, Caleb thanking us for our time. Oh, thank you very much, Caleb. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think about my top 10. Still deciding.
Javon gave me his already, and I was shocked. I didn't expect one from him.
Yes. Oh, so Tim asked the question, says, what are your thoughts on the rumors of Elite going to WWE? Oh, we actually kind of said it earlier in the show. So if you want to kind of rewind or watch it on YouTube once it's back there and then just watch it.
It's false.
Yeah,
I'll
supposedly.
False.
Yeah, supposedly that the Elite said that that's all false. So we'll see what happens.
We do go into a little bit of discussion. Even after the live ends, you can go back. It was like one of the first things that we talked about.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then, of course, in the end of the Chop Shop, we did talk about the Young Bucks going to WWE as well. So we actually discussed that as well. If you don't mind watching that as well, please watch, listen, subscribe, tell your friends, join our Patreon. Please help us out, so we could do more shows of this. Oh, thank you very much, Sunshine. Y'all doing an amazing job. Oh, you're so sweet. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for joining us at this moment in time. Anything else you want to plug, Seven?
Yes. GCW is headed to England this week. They have 3 shows coming up. I would definitely recommend checking it out. They have a bundle and it's like $29. It's probably one of their most expensive packages, but it is so worth it. You get to see like Jordan Oliver, Joey Janela. I know that this guy hates Joey Janela, but I absolutely love him.
What bad guy? He ain't no bad guy. I'm kidding.
He's a bad boy. What can I say? That's all I got to say. I appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for joining us and talking to us. We love the interaction. Absolutely love it. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys, and enjoy your night. Bye-bye, guys.